What's going on, fam? We back on here with the Juke, man. Today we're discussing about Azeez Ojulari. Yes, you've seen the thumbnail. Is it time to start talking about this man getting traded? Azeez Ojulari, third round pick a couple of years ago, was looking promising after his rookie year, and he's just been injury prone ever since. But before we dive into that, man, if you haven't seen it already, I did go live. At the time of this recording, I just went live a couple of minutes ago, so shout out to everyone that joined. I will be live Monday night, recapping what happens on Sunday night with the Giants against the Cardinals. Cardinals have no chance, in my opinion. But we're going to see what happens, man, so make sure you tune in Monday night. I will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Hope to catch y'all there, man, and I will be having out videos. But make sure you're staying tuned on everything that's coming up, and also, once again, we got to talk about it now. Azeez Ojulari, what should we do with Azeez Ojulari? So if you guys don't know, once again, drafted in the third round a couple years back. And the interesting thing is that he was supposed to be a first round pick. This man was mocked to us in the first round, which mocks are mocks, whatever. He was mocked to us in the first round, but he kept slipping because of apparently I'm about to butcher this, a knee injury, to the point where they felt like over the next couple years, his knee is going to just give out on him. And Azeez is not going to be healthy. He never really was out for an extended period of time because of his knee. They just felt like he was going to continue to have knee issues down the line. Azeez ended up slipping to the third round, looked like a steal of a pick in the third round. His first year in the league, he looked promising. Heading to his second year, this guy comes yoked up under a new regime, ready to make some moves. Had a calf strain or a calf type injury in the offseason. He only ended up playing a couple of games. But in a couple of games, he had 5.5 sacks, which put him at the top for our team. Missed a lot of games, but somehow, someway was still able to rack up some sacks. So it showed when he was on the field, he was making a difference. Now it's just about keeping Azeez on the field, which is the problem. Azeez is already listed as doubtful heading into this Arizona game. And now here's my thing with it. Clearly, every time he touches the field, he finds a way to get back off of it. Now, his attitude about it, I can't kill him for it. But something is going wrong. Whether it's the training staff or it's him in the offseason, him with his training, something has to be looked at. Because Azeez somehow, some way cannot stay healthy on the field. Now, once again, I noted last season he came back yoked up. And I definitely think that affected him physically, mentally, everything. He was probably trying to get big, work on his pass rush moves, swim moves, trying to get around these offensive tackles, because these are big guys. These are 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", big human beings. He's not a huge edge rusher either. He's not a huge edge defender. So Azeez is over here trying to compensate. I think he overcompensated, and maybe that led to some of his lower extremities to take a hit. You see the calf strains, you see the hamstring pulls. And now he's listed as doubtful heading into week 2. We didn't hear anything after week 1, after he played that game against Dallas. Now, after a couple practices, now his hamstring's pulled again. So now he's doubtful for game 2. I doubt he's going to play. Now, I'm just wondering if he's going to be out for a little bit of while, like what's going to happen with him. But it has to be posed as a question. Should we trade Azeez Ojulari? Should we trade him? I think he has decent value. He's fairly young. Yes, he hasn't shown that he can stay on the field. But if someone can get him right, he could be really good. And now this is to the extreme level of it, right, guys? I don't think we should. I wouldn't want Azeez to be traded. But it has to start being talked about. When should we kind of just count this guy out? I know it's tough to think about. We wanted to see Azeez with Kayvon, with Dexter, with Leo, all on the same D line. But when it comes down to it, we haven't been able to because of injuries, and half the time it's because of Azeez. Half the time, this man has something going on. And yes, he wasn't a first-round pick, but a third-round pick is really high. A third-round pick is valuable. And he hasn't been able to prove that he can stay on the field and make a difference for this team on the field. It's tough. It's tough to think about. And now here I am sitting in week 2, heading into week 2. Am I super early on this? Am I reacting crazy off of this? Maybe. I could respect whatever you guys feel. Comment down below your thoughts on it, by the way. But I can respect however you feel about it. But it needs to have conversations about these things. Because this team, we're expecting them to go to some place, but some things keep repeating. This offensive line not getting fixed. These guys are not staying healthy. Something has to give. Something has to change. Something has to be switched up. And yes, I know we had a great year last season. I know we expect a lot of great things heading into the season, but we might have to fish some of these things out. Start to get things situated. We knew already the edge depth was bad. We don't really have good edge rushers right now. Kayvon Thibodeau shows promise. Azeez show promise. No results. You make trades for this team this year because you feel like you can actually make a difference in the NFC, make a difference in the NFL in general, and possibly build off of what you had last season. We did a lot of what we did last season without Azeez on the field. Once again, not saying nothing about his talent, not saying anything about his ability. I think Azeez can still be a really good edge rusher in this league, but it's just about staying on it. The best ability is availability. You saw with a guy like Kadarius Toney, he couldn't find his way on his field. Guess what? He found a way out of it, out of the Giants organization. Say what you want about that. Kadarius Toney was not playing for the Giants, and soon it's looking like Azeez is not playing with the Giants. He's missed way too many games. Now, once again, him coming out into the draft, they were talking about his knee. It's funny because it's not his knee, it's everything else around it. Nothing related to his knee at all, which is a great thing. But now, you can't get these things under the water if you can't get it worked out. We might have to start discussing other things. Once again, this is extreme, so am I expecting something like this to happen soon? I don't. But let me ask you guys. You guys let me know down in the comments. If we were to trade Azeez, what should we be trading for? What should we address? Now we know the Giants need to find a way and go get some offensive linemen. Is Azeez good enough to go get an offensive lineman? We've seen it be done before. Back then in that OBJ trade, we traded Olivier Vernon, an edge rusher that was proven. Granted, Azeez isn't all proven like Olivier Vernon, but he has the upside. We traded for a really good right guard in Kevin Zeitler. Who's to say that we can't go get somebody like that? With a team that's maybe not working out at the moment, with a team that's trying to get younger, not trying to stay that old. Trading for a proven offensive lineman that can help this team this year or maybe moving forward, which Kevin Zeitler was actually one of our best linemen that we ended up trading away for practically nothing. That sucked. But ultimately, who's to say that Azeez can't be that piece? And what would you trade out? Would you trade Azeez for a decent offensive lineman? I'll take decent because right now Glowinski is not even decent. He's barely below average right now. So knowing that we don't have too many assets to give up right now, and maybe we shouldn't give up assets. But Azeez, maybe we can cash in while the stove is hot. Seeing that he can still have the ability to flash, he shows flashes. If you can keep him safe, if you can keep him healthy, he could be a difference maker for y'all. It's just not working out in New York. And once again, week 2 in the NFL, just coming off a 40-0 loss. Yes, this is extreme. But the Giants have been eaten up by this problem for a very long time. For you Giants fans that's been following me and following the Giants overall for years on years on years, more recent in the last 10 years, you've had guys that just cannot stay healthy. They can't stay healthy. Even Kenny Golladay, to an extent, when he got signed, and we know what he turned out to be, he had the injury bug. And he had the injury bug in Detroit, so we should have known that. But Azeez Ojulari is just not on the field. And pretty soon, we're going to have to start having conversations about this guy, because we can't keep banking on what he can be, and time runs out on this team. But that's just me. Y'all let me know down in the comments, man, what y'all think, man. Once again, I will be going live. I'll probably have a video out Sunday before the game. Who knows? Make sure you stay tuned on that. If you haven't seen my other videos, got more videos to the left right here, man. I will catch y'all on the next one. Go Big Blue.